Good morning, everybody. This is Dustin Meggs from Rhema Vine Ministries, and we just want to share some good news with you on this Friday, being Good Friday, and something that I've just had on my heart that I really wanted to just share is that you might be experiencing some jealousy in your heart through this lockdown of what's taking place around you, what's happening. There's some things coming up in your lives. We don't know what's going to happen. We don't know the outcome. We don't know what's going on. But we do know that God, Jesus, He is alive and He is well. And even though today marks the day of His crucifixion, it's a day to reflect on what He did for us on that cross. And one thing that has come up, it's just as it says here in this book that I've been reading, it says, the Bible says that envy leads to fighting, quarreling, and every evil thing. And that's exactly what took place on the Friday when Jesus was crucified. There was a lot of fighting, a lot of quarreling, and a lot of jealousy. And that's what put Jesus on that cross. And we've got to realize that we were a part of that. We might not have been there then, but today, even today, we still crucify Jesus on that cross through our fighting, quarreling, envying, jealousy, hate, anger. Whatever it is that we have on our hearts, we place Him on that cross every day. And today is a day to reflect on that cross and realize what we are actually doing. And I think this lockdown period is also a period just to show us these areas in our lives where we become lazy and complacent and not realizing that we have jealousy and we have anger and we have these things in our lives that cause us to fight with our spouses, to fight with the people around us, and not to listen and not to be accountable. And so it says here, if we don't diffuse our anger by learning to love, we may eventually begin plotting against others. We may even wish ill on our mates because of a success that they enjoy. So it's very clear that if we do not allow love to come into our hearts and to kill that anger, to kill that jealousy, to kill what's in our hearts, that carnal flesh, our flesh, what it naturally wants to do, it wants to rebel. We need to allow God's love into our hearts. And how do we do that? Through Jesus Christ. And it says that don't let the poison of jealousy prevent you from living the life of love that God intended for you. And I wanted to share that with you today, and I want to leave that with you, is that God has intended for you today to live a life of love. Amen.
And during this lockdown period, I have been able to just declutter my home a little bit and just tidy and sort some things. Because of the busyness of life, things do get cluttered, your house gets cluttered, I'm sure you can all relate. But it's really been such a great opportunity to go through the house and sort and clean and tidy. And I really just feel through this, the Lord has just highlighted to me in my life, what are some of the things in my heart and in my life that are cluttering my heart and causing me to draw away from the Lord. And so I feel today that we need to just take time just to ask the Lord, what is it that in our hearts and even in our lives, it can even be physical things. What are those things that are drawing us away from the Lord? Because we want to draw near to Him so that His glory can shine through us. So wishing you a very happy Easter from our family to yours, and we just pray that you have a blessed time as families over this Easter weekend.
And just an encouraging thing for you just to do with your family as well, that we're going to do just with our kiddies, is that it would be a good reflection just to have some breaking of bread. So I encourage you today, go with your family, sit down and have a nice breaking of bread time together. Repent, say sorry. It's a time to also reflect on some areas that you maybe hurt each other, maybe said some things you shouldn't have. And I just encourage you guys with that. Let's take this time to maybe just to say sorry and to reflect on what Jesus has done. Amen. Thank you guys. Bye.
You were near, though I was distant. this illusion. I was lost in